Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Bridgeworth Field, Winchester, Virginia, home of the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action all night long. Tonight, the Royals play host to the Charlottesville Tom Sox, a makeup game from earlier in the season. It was rained out on Sunday the 8th. Tom Sox in town tonight for this makeup game. There are other games on the schedule for tonight. Front Royal and Stanton, they've already played once. Front Royal knocked off Stanton 9-3. They're playing a doubleheader to make up their two games. They're just going to play twice in Stanton, and they'll forego the game in Front Royal. Again, first game 9-3, Front Royal beats Stanton. They'll play again at 7:30. Both these teams, well, the Royals on their second three-game streak of the season. Last weekend they lost three straight for a three-game losing streak. They're now on a streak of three rainouts in a row. Neither one of these teams has played since Thursday night. The Royals beat Purcellville 6-5 in 10, and this Charlottesville team, they lost 14-4 to Strasburg. Games from yesterday that were actually played. Harrisonburg beat Waynesboro 2-1. It was Culpeper losing to Stanton 4-3, and Woodstock. Oh, those three games were all played Saturday. I'm sorry. No games were played yesterday. Everything rained out yesterday. It was Harrisonburg over Waynesboro 2-1. Stanton 4-3 over Culpeper, and Newmarket lost to Waynesboro 5-2. That game called after 5 innings because of the rain. Only time that the Tom Sox will be in town this year, unless, of course, these two teams were to meet in the championship series. But a lot of baseball to take place before any of that is taken into consideration. The Royals, they come in 5-6, fourth in the Northern Division, 3.5 games behind Front Royal. Charlottesville, they're 3-7, 5.5 behind Harrisonburg, who owns the league's best record at 10-3. Quickly taking a look at the Charlottesville lineup for tonight's game. Again, 3-7, fifth place in the South. Leading off, the center fielder from James Madison, Kyle Langley. He'll be followed by the shortstop, Preston Gamester from Texas Christian. Batting third, the designated hitter from the University of Virginia, James Nunnally. Patrick Niaz, the cleanup hitter, third baseman from Gardner Webb, will be followed by the second baseman from the University of Virginia, Jackson Soroy. Batting sixth, the right fielder from Wofford College, Andrew Manley. He'll be followed by the first baseman, Gian DeCastro, first baseman from Arizona State. Jackson Tones doing the catching. He's batting eighth from James Madison, and J.D. Wolf will bat ninth, the left fielder from the Air Force Academy. On the mound for the Tom Sox, left-hander from North Carolina, Timothy Lawson comes in at the record of 0-0, getting the start for the Tom Sox. For the Winchester Royals, 5-6, fourth in the North. They're 3.5 behind Front Royal. Connor Guy leads it off. He's the right fielder from St. John's River State College. Easton Albert, the shortstop from East Stroudsburg University, bats second. Jamie Padilla will bat third, the left fielder from Shenandoah. Cleanup hitter Parker Fry, first baseman from East Stroudsburg. Nick Rubendale will be the designated hitter, number 5 hitter from Shepherd University. Ty Frito plays third. He bats sixth from Mount St. Mary's University. Sean Pokarok, the catcher from Lynchburg, will bat seventh. A.J. Labrasinio, the second baseman from Reiner, will bat eighth. And Bodie Pullen, the center fielder from Shepherd, will bat ninth. Dylan Story on the mound for the Royals, right-hander from High Point, comes in with no record, making his second appearance, his first start of the season for the Royals. We'll pause, step aside momentarily as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Other makeup games on tap for tonight in the Valley Baseball League. Again, all these are makeup games from rainouts early in the season. Woodstock's at Percival. Strasburg's at New York. At Newmarket, they're not going to go to New York. Strasburg at Newmarket. And again, game two between the Cardinals and the Braves of that doubleheader. Royals on the road tomorrow night at Stanton, but are home plenty of times this week. If you can't make it out tonight, plenty of opportunities to come see the Royals. Wednesday and Thursday, they take on the Woodstock River Bandits as the Mike Bocock Swan song commences. He'll have his River Bandits here both Wednesday and Thursday. Friday night, they're here against Percival, and Sunday, the Waynesboro Generals come to town. Again, the Royals on the road tomorrow at Stanton. This Charlottesville team on the road again tomorrow night as they will travel back up 81 to go take on the Strasburg Express. On the mound for the Royals, the right-hander from High Point University, Dylan Story. His second appearance, his first start. Check out the rest of his numbers for you. He's worked 2 in the third innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 run. It's earned 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, earned run average up 3.85 as he finishes up his warm-up tosses. Defensively, behind him for the Royals, out in the outfield, left to right, Jamie Padilla, Bodie Poland, Connor Guy. Around the infield, third to first, Ty Frito, Easton Albert, A.J. Labracino, Parker Fry. Behind the plate, Sean Pokarak, and again, Dylan Story on the mound. Looks like Story's just about ready to go. Crowd still filing in as we're getting some latecomers, and probably not going to be a real big crowd tonight. Number one, overcast skies. Number two, makeup game. A lot of people probably don't know about it. Story will finish up his tosses, and we're ready to go here. Ridgeforth Field, the Royals and the Tom Sox. Only meeting between these two teams here this year. They will head down and play game 2 of the series in Charlottesville later on. Leading off, Kyle Langley, center fielder from James Madison. Langley has played 9 games for the Tom Sox, a .294 hitter, 10 for 34. 1 home run, 8 RBIs, left-handed hitting outfielder. First pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0, and we are underway. Ball, no strikes. Story, big deep breath, the wind, the 1-0. That'll miss outside, 2-0. Quickly behind in the count to the Charlottesville leadoff hitter. Story has his sign, the wind, the 2-0. Fouled out of play, 2-1 the count. Nice cool night here at the ballpark. I'm sure the players are loving that, especially out on the turf. The wind, the 2-1. That'll fall in there for a strike, evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Langley, Gamester, and Nunnally for the Sox here in the first. The wind, the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Langley down on strikes, and that's how the ball game will start here tonight. That'll bring up Preston Gamester. Gamester, the shortstop from Texas Christian, playing in his 4th game for the Sox. The .333 hitter, 2 for 6. No home runs, 1 RBI. He has walked 3 times. Charlottesville as a team, 15 for 19 in stolen bases. Right-handed hitting Gamester at the plate. Fouled off at the plate. 0-1 the count. Hit that right off the end of the bat. Story working in a hurry with nobody on. His wind. And the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Good hard slider, nothing in 2. Story has his sign. The 0-2. Slider grounded down the third base line. It's a fair ball. Nice play by Frito at third. And he'll throw on to first, not in time. Ty Frito backhanded it behind the bag, flipped it across the infield. Fry had to adjust his feet and had to stretch into foul territory to make the catch, and called him safe at first. It was certainly a bang play, and I think you give the kid the benefit of the doubt on the effort. It'll be an infield hit, but what a play by Fredo. That'll bring up James Nunnally, the designated hitter from Virginia. Slider down and in, 1-0. Nunnally played 4 games for the Sox, a .313 hitter, 5 for 16, no home runs, 5 RBIs. Gamester at first has not attempted a stolen base for Charlottesville. The 1-0. That'll miss outside, 2-0. So Fredo made a valiant effort on the ground ball just behind the bag, but did not get the call at first. The 2-0. Tap foul to plate, 2-1 the count. Gamster has not shown any indications that he's thinking about heading down the road. Two balls and a strike, 1 out. The 2-1. Slider in there for a strike, evens the count, 2-2. Royals looking for a ground ball here, see if they can get out of the inning. Something sharp right up the middle to one of their middle infielders. Story will come set. He'll check the runner at first. Not a big lead over there. The 2-2. Grounded right to Albert. Albert will flip to second for 1. On to first. It'll be a 6-4-3. They're going to call him out, or safe at first. So Nunnally will beat it. Ball not hit all that hard. So he'll be on to the fielder's choice. Gamester retired on the 6-4, put out at second. And now with 2 outs, Patrick Nias will bat. Nias, the third baseman from Gardner-Webb, playing in his 8th game, a .286 hitter, 8 for 28, 1 home run, 10 RBIs. He has walked 7 times. First pitch to Nias. In there for a strike. 0-1. So a couple bang plays at first. Neither one of them go the Royals' way. Story trying to work around a 1-out base hit. The 0-1. That'll miss out. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Story has his sign. He'll take a look at the runner at first, the 1-1. Another look to first. He's off with the pitch. Throw down to second is going to be not in time. He'll steal it. For Nunnally, that'll be his second stolen base of the season, and he's in scoring position now. For Nias, pitch was off the plate. Count 2-1 now. Nias looking for his 11th RBI of the season, trying to get the Sox on top here in the first. Checking the runner at second, the 2-1. Swung on and missed. Good hard slider, evens the count, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the first. Story trying to close the door on this Charlottesville first inning rally. The 2-2. Lined right at the second baseman. AJ will make the catch to retire the side. Nias hit it hard, but right to the Royals second baseman for out number 3. And that'll end the inning. The Sox, no runs a hit, no errors. They leave a runner on. Your score after a half an inning, Charlottesville 0, Winchester coming to bat. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Left-hander Timothy Lawson on the mound for the Charlottesville Tom Sox, making his third appearance, third start. He has worked 3 1/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 5 runs. They're all earned. He does not have a record. Comes in with a earned run average of 13.50. Hoping to do some damage and knock that number down this evening. Connor Guy, the right fielder from St. John's River State College, will lead it off. Guy for the Royals, left-handed hitting outfielder, playing in his 11th game, a .226 hitter, 7 for 31, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. His home run in Strasburg a while back was the first home run of the season for the Royals. That was Saturday the 7th, and he'll line the first pitch he sees into center field for a base hit. So Guy gets the Royals off and running here. I'll bring up Easton Albert. Albert, the shortstop from East Strasburg. Easton hitting .333 on the season, playing in his 4th game, 3 for 9. No home runs, 1 RBI. Right-handed hitting middle infielder. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. All 3 of his hits came against Front Royal, his 2nd game here. Still looking for his first hit here at Bridgeforth. Check of the runner at first, the 1-0. Downstairs for a ball, 2-0. The Royals as a team, 21 out of 23 in stolen base attempts. Guy, 6 for 6. So, good bet that he might, I'm sorry. Let's double check that. Yes, Guy, 6 for 6. First pitch, or the 2-0 rather, off the plate. And so 3-0 the count to the Royal shortstop. Throw to first, Guy back in time, and you got to believe 3-0 on the hitter. Guy's probably shortened up a step. The 3-0 due to Easton Albert. Right down the middle for a strike, 3-1, and I'm sure Easton would like to see that same fastball again. See if he can't run one up the alley and get Guy on his horse. Royals looking to jump on top here in the bottom of the first, the 3-1. Line down the right field line, but that's going to be foul. It's going to one-hop the fence and bounce near the Charlottesville bullpen, but not quite deep enough to get there. Count runs full on Albert. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Bottom of the first. No score. Lawson comes set. The 3-2. Fouled out of play. We'll do it again. 3-2. Lawson will check the runner, the 3-2. He's off of the pitch, swung on and missed. The throw down to second is going to be not in time. So Albert will strike out on the hard slider down and in for out number one, but Guy picks up his 7th stolen base of the season. That'll bring up Jamie Padilla, the left fielder from Shenandoah. Padilla on the season, playing in his 12th game for the Royals, a .388 hitter, 19 for 49, no home runs, 8 RBIs. Looking to pick up number 9 right here. Guy in scoring position. First pitch to Padilla. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. So Lawson came in with a good hard slider, 3-2, to strike out Albert. Lawson sets, takes a look at the runner at second, the 0-1. Swung on and missed. He's thrown a couple fastballs by Padilla. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in the Royals first. Lawson checks the runner, the 0-2. He's off for third. Swung on and fouled into the screen, and he'll have to go back. Good jump for a Guy. But of course, 0-2. Padilla's got to protect the plate. So Connor heads back to second. We'll do it again, 0-2. Each team with the hit. The Tom Sox stranded him at second. The Royals trying to avoid that fate here in the first. The 0-2 to Padilla. And he'll step off as Soroy was sneaking in behind Guy. So Lawson disengages and he'll start over 0-2. Slider broke his bat, fisted toward first. Up with it is DeCastro. He'll flip to first and they'll call him out. And I'm not sure that Lawson got his foot down on the bag. The umpire said he did. That's the third bang play at first that has gone against the Royals here in the early going. Padilla will ground out 3-1. He'll need a new bat as that one got broken off in his hands, and now the Royals have a runner at third with 2 outs for Parker Fry. Fry, the first baseman from East Stroudsburg, a .300 hitter, his 4th game. 3 for 10, no home runs, 4 RBIs, trying to add to that number. And he's not going to get to. This pitch is going to bounce all the way to the screen, and the Royals are going to take a lead on a wild pitch. So a wild pitch gives the Royals a 1-0 lead here in the first. And Fry will hit now with 2 outs and nobody on. A stolen base, a ground out, and a wild pitch give the Royals their first run of the game. And Fry trying to get it going now with 2 outs. The 1-0 slider will catch the corner. Fry thought it was outside. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Lawson sets his 1-1. That'll stay upstairs, and Fry showing with his hand that it was upstairs. I don't know if he was telling himself that or letting the umpire know that now that one's up. 2-1 the count. Swung on to miss. Good live fastball there to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big deep breath from Lawson, the 2-2. Just missed down and out. The middle infielder for the Tom Sox were halfway to the dugout. Borderline pitch doesn't go the way of Timothy Lawson, and he'll have to face Fry with a 3-2 pitch now. That'll miss way outside, so Lawson will win the battle. He'll draw the 2-out walk, and he'll head to first. For the designated hitter, Nick Rubendahl. Rubendahl from Shepherd University, playing in his 11th game, a .281 hitter, 9 for 32, no home runs, 7 RBIs. Right-handed hitter. Rubendahl listed on the Royals roster as an infielder, but most of his playing so far has been in the designated hitter role. I believe if he does play defensively, he plays first, but do not hold me to that. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1 the count on Big Nick Rubendahl. The 0-1 fouled out of play, 0-2. Fry at first has not attempted a stolen base for the Royals yet this season. I'm not sure that this would be the time for him to try his first one. Not a real big lead at first to the left-handed pitcher. The 0-2, that'll miss up. 1-2 the count. Guy led off with a single, got all the way around, scored on a wild pitch. Royals lead at 1-0. We're in the bottom of the first. Check of the runner, the 1-2. Slider misses down and in. Rubendahl able to lay off. Runs the count 2-2 now. Nice cool evening here at the ballpark. No rain tonight. First time in about 4 days it hadn't rained. That'll miss down and away, and the count runs full, and that'll give Fry the head start from first. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fry will make sure the pitcher's going to the plate, and then he'll be off. Playing behind him at first now is DeCastro. Swung on and missed. He might have chased ball 4, but Rubendahl down on strikes, 2 in the inning. The Royals pick up a run on a hit. There were no errors, and a runner left. Your score after 1 complete, Winchester 1, Charlottesville 0. You listen to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the second. Dylan Story back to the mound for the Royals. Worked around a 1-out single in the first. He'll face 5, 6, 7 for the Tom Sox here in the second. Soroy Manley and DeCastro. I'm going to get Nunnally and Manley mixed up all night long. Story finishing up his warm-up tosses. Jackson Soroy, the second baseman from the University of Virginia. His new head coach, a former player of mine, Chris Pollard, played for me here with the Royals probably longer than either one of us would care to admit. See if we can find Mr. Soroy on their stat sheet. There he is. Playing in his 9th game, a .214 hitter, 6 for 28, no home runs, 3 RBIs. Right-handed hitting second baseman. First pitch to Soroy. Soft liner right to second where AJ makes another catch. That one not near as tough as the last one he got, but both of them fairly easy for out 3 last inning and out 1 here in the second. That'll bring up Andrew Nunnally. I'm sorry, I did it again. Andrew Manley, the right fielder from Wofford College. Manley, a .500 hitter, playing in his 7th game, 8 for 16, 1 home run, 5 RBIs. Left-handed hitting outfielder. First pitch to Manley. Backdoor slider misses outside. 1-0 the count. Not a big crowd tonight, but an active crowd. They are oohing and on with the pitches and wondering where that one might have been. Lawson's 1-0. That'll miss downstairs. 2-0. The Tom Sox come in tonight on a 2-game losing streak. The Royals, outside of that 3-game losing streak last weekend, they have gone every other game win, loss, win, loss. The 2-0. That'll miss and go all the way halfway to the backstop anyway. I think it might have hit the umpires. Royals catcher gives him the I'm sorry, and he says, that no biggie. Royals started the season with a win and lost, win, lost 3 in a row. Snapped out with a win over Front Royal, then lost to Culpeper and beat Percival. Trying to win their second in a row for the first time this year. The 3-0 to Manley in there for a strike 3-1. And of course, those 3 games rained out in a row at Woodstock versus Front Royal and at Covington. We'll give you the reschedule for those games so you can update your calendars. Story's 3-1. Fouled off the catcher's mitt. Count runs full, 3-2. Story with the wind, the 3-2. Lifted towards center field. Bodie Pullen will drift to his right and make the catch. I'm sorry, to his left and make the catch in left center field for the second out of the inning. That bring on Gian DeCastro. We'll see if we can find him on their stat sheet here. Playing in his 7th game, a 150 hitter, 3 for 20, no home runs, 2 RBIs. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Castro, the first baseman from Arizona State. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Nothing in 2 the count. Story's wine, the 0-2. Swung on and missed, pulled the string. And DeCastro down on strike. So a 1-2-3 inning for Story. And he's got his dugout pumped. Nothing doing for the Sox here in the second. Your score after an inning and a half, Winchester 1, Charlottesville 0. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the second. Royals lead at 1-0. Mark Sawyer on the call for the night's game between the Sox and the Winchester Royals. Lawson back to the mound for Charlottesville. He'll face 6, 7, 8 for Winchester here in the second. Fredo Pokerock to get it going. Hi, Fredo, the third baseman. from Mount St. Mary's. First pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Fredo playing in his 9th game, hitting .095, 2 for 21, no home runs, 4 RBIs. The 1-0 in there for a strike, 1-1. And when you're hitting .095, those borderline pitches never go your way. That one caught the corner to even the count, 1-1. The 1-1 swung on to miss through a fastball by him, 1-2. Fredo stands in. Lawson comes set, the 1-2. Fouled to the screen. The count holds at 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Fisted right back to the mound. Lawson will grab it, run across the mound, and flip to first for out number 1. So Fredo will ground out to the pitcher for the first out here in the Royals half of the second. Sean Pokerock, the catcher from Lynchburg. I believe he's playing in his first game for the Royals. I know he was on the lineup card several times over the weekend, but all those games got rained out. So Sean, his first at-bat as a Royal, right-handed hitting catcher. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Sean plays his baseball at Lynchburg College. The Hornets collected themselves a national championship a couple years ago. The 1-0 in there for a strike. Count evens up 1-1. Sean just finished up his junior year, so he's probably got himself a championship ring. And he'll miss downstairs, 2-1. And of course, Lynchburg being in the same conference with Shenandoah, he's played some baseball here before. The 2-1 fouled into the screen. The count evens up 2-2. The benefit of 3 rainouts in a row, I guess, is everybody's bullpen's nice and fresh. The 2-2 lifted towards center field. Langley will take a couple steps toward left. He'll settle underneath it and make the catch for the second out here in the second inning. And bring up Labrusciana, the second baseman from Rider University. Labrusciana playing in his 6th game, a 167 hitter, 2 for 12, no home runs, 2 RBIs. Labrusciana playing second for the Royals today. Fastball upstairs and outside, 1-0. The 1-0 fouled out of play, 1-1. Royals dugout into the game tonight. So you think they've been sitting on their hands playing tiddlywinks for 3 days or something. The 1-1 fouled out of play, 1-2. Labrusciana trying to jumpstart a 2-out rally here for the Royals in the second. Stanton has jumped on top of Front Royal 3-1. They're in the bottom of the first of that Game 2 doubleheader. The 1-2 just misses outside. Count evens up 2-2. Breaking ball just missed outside. The 2-2 slider down and in, and AJ able to lay off of it. Count runs full, 3-2. Payoff pitch. Strike three called. AJ was headed toward first, but he'll be rung up for strike three. And the third out here in the Royals' second inning for Winchester. Nothing doing in the second. Your score: after two complete, Winchester 1, Charlottesville nothing. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Welcome back to Bridgeforth Field, Winchester, Virginia, on the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the third. Royals lead at 1-0. Update you on some of the Royals rainouts over the weekend. Friday's game at Woodstock has been rescheduled for next Monday, the 23rd. The Front Royal game rained out on Saturday has been moved to the following Monday, the 30th. And the Covington game, 4 o'clock start, has been moved to July 7th. Another Monday. That comes right before the All-Star break, and that game will be played at 4 o'clock on that Monday. Charlottesville's makeup games, they play next Monday against Culpeper in Culpeper. That's a rainout makeup from opening day. First pitch to Story, or from Story rather, fouled into the screen, 0-1. To Jackson Tone, Charlottesville's catcher tonight. Tone, the left-handed hitting catcher, 0-1. Playing in his fourth game, 0 for 5, no home runs, no RBIs, swung on and missed, 0-2. Story has this sign, the wine, the 0-2. Fastball misses up, 1-2 the count. Ball and 2 strikes, top of the third one. Run for the Royals. Each team with a base hit. No errors have been committed yet. The 1-2. Fastball misses down and away. Count evens up 2-2. Again, both these teams on the road tomorrow night. Royals are at Stanton for a 7:30 start with the Braves. And the Charlottesville Tom Sox will travel back up 81 and head to Strasburg to take on the Express. The 2-2. That'll miss inside. The count runs full, 3-2. Lewine, the 3-2. He went too far, I believe. Let's see, they're going to ask. Why is he asking the first base umpire? Okay, there we go. He did go too far. Looked like he did from here. The plate umpire on the left-handed hitter is asking the first base umpire, who's looking at him like, are you serious? And the third base umpire was just itching to call him out. So toned down on strikes for the first out here in the third. I bring up J.D. Wolf, the left fielder, left-handed hitting left fielder. Plays his baseball at the Air Force Academy. Wolf, a 111 hitter, playing in his eighth game, 1 for 9. No home runs, 3 RBIs. First pitch off the plate for a ball. 1-0. Wolf then back to the top of the order for the Tom Sox. You got the catcher pointing to the umpire down the third base line, and the umpires pointing to the first base umpire. The 1-0 swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. Tried to hold up his swing, but went too far. Story has his sign. The line, the 1-1. That'll miss downstairs, 2-1. No score yet from Purcellville. You got to wonder if they're going to get that game in with the restrictions they deal with in Purcellville on the field. The 2-1. Swung on and missed, 2-2. The count. Oh, they've already postponed that game, so Woodstock at Purcellville has been postponed again. Strasburg Newmarket says they're getting ready to go. We'll see. Everybody else off today, as this is a rain makeup day. The 2-2 to Wolf. That'll miss downstairs. So the Woodstock at Purcellville game, which is from the 6th, has been rained out again. The 3-2 pitch to Wolf. Lined in the left field. That's going to drop for a base hit right in front of Padilla. Second hit of the game for the Tom Sox, and Wolf will be a runner at first with one out. Wolf has not attempted a stolen base yet for the Charlottesville Tom Sox. Kyle Langley struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Story comes set, looking for another ground ball here. That's downstairs for a ball. 1-0. A 1-0. That's in there for a strike. Count evens up 1-1 on the Charlottesville leadoff hitter, center fielder Kyle Langley. Grounded sharply to second. AJ up with it. He'll flip to Albert at short. On to first for the 4-6-3 double play to retire the side. So a nice turn up the middle by AJ and Easton to retire the side for the Sox. No runs a hit, no errors, nobody left. Your score after 2.5. Winchester 1, Charlottesville nothing. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the third. Royals lead at 1-0. Back to the mound for the Sox, Timothy Lawson. He's given up a run on one hit for the Royals here through through two. Bodie Pullen will lead it off, center fielder from Shepherd University. Plays baseball locally at James Wood High School. Bodie on the season, playing in his 9th game, a .261 hitter, 6 for 23, no home runs, 2 RBIs, right-handed hitting outfielder. The 1-0 grounded foul toward the Charlottesville dugout. Count evens up 1-1. A run on a hit for the Royals, no runs on 2 hits for the Tom Sox. Neither team has committed an error yet. We play in the bottom of the third. The 1-1. Slider looked like it might have slipped out of his hand as it missed way outside and off the glove of Jackson Tone and to the backstop. Right-hander up and getting loose in the Charlottesville bullpen. I'm not sure if he's getting work in between games or if they're looking at making a move here shortly. As the 2-1's off the plate for a ball, 3-1. Lawson has just given up the one base hit. He did walk a guy in the first inning. The 3-1 fouled into the screen. The count full, 3-2. Royals travel to Stanton tomorrow night to take on the Braves, looking for the season sweep of the Braves. Stanton is the only Southern Division. No, I'm sorry, they've beat Waynesboro also. The 3-2 to Poland. Fouled out of play. We'll do it again, 3-2. Royals are 2-2 against the Southern Division so far this year. They've beat Waynesboro and Stanton. Have lost to Harrisonburg and Culpeper. The Culpeper loss kind of hurts a little bit. Culpeper with just 2 wins on the season, one of those right here at Bridgeforth. The 3-2 swung on and missed. Poland swung over a fastball, and he is down on strikes. Since the 2-out walk in the first, Lawson has retired 5 in a row. Back to the top of the order for the Royals, Connor Guy. Guy smoked the first pitch he saw into center field for a base hit. He'd later score on a wild pitch. 1 for 1 has the only hit for the Royals so far this evening. First pitch to Guy. That's down and away. 1-0. They are indeed underway in Newmarket, so Strasburg and Newmarket will get going. Still 3-1 Stanton over Front Royal in Game 2 of that doubleheader. They're in the 2nd inning. The 1-0 to Guy. Popped it out of play. Count evens 1-1. Guy, good speed at the top of the order, has 7 stolen bases on the year for the Royals. They'd like to get him on, see if they can't turn him loose again. The 1-1. Slider on the outside corner. Connor thought it was outside. 1-2 the count. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. He chased one up in the zone. And he is down on strikes. That's 3 consecutive strikeouts for Lawson. And there are now 2 outs here in the third. Albert 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. He'll hit with nobody on and 2 outs. First pitch fouled out of play. 0-1. Lawson working with a good pace with nobody on. The 0-1. Fouled out of play. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the third. Albert trying to get a 2-out rally going for the Royals. The 0-2. Lifted towards center field, coming on hard is Langley, and he will dive and miss. Tried to make the diving stop and went right under his glove, and Albert will flare one into center field for his first hit here at Bridgeforth. And he'll be at first now with 2 outs for Padilla. Padilla grounded to first his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Albert has not stolen a base or attempted a stolen base for the Royals so far this season. First pitch to Padilla downstairs for a ball, 1-0. See what the Royals do here. Runner at first, 2 outs, 1-0 the count on Padilla. With the middle of the order coming up, but there are 2 outs. Check of the runner. The first pitch grounded toward third. Up with it is Nias. He will flip the second for the force. 2 in the inning. So, yeah, Royals will get a 2-out base runner, but can't move him around. No runs a hit, no errors. 1 runner left on base. We've played 3. The Royals lead at 1-0. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Welcome back to Bridgeforth Field, Winchester, Virginia, home of the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Mark Sawyer on the call tonight for the Royals versus Tom Sox game. Royals playing their 12th game of the season, trying to get back to 500. Charlottesville trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. Both these teams have been off for the last 3 days because of the monsoon that rolled through the Virginia area. Neither team has played since last Thursday. Dylan Story back to the mound for the Royals. He has shut Charlottesville out on 2 hits through 3 innings. He'll face 2, 3, 4 here in the fourth. Gamster, Nunnally, and Nias. Gamster singled his first time up. He's 1 for 1. He raced on a fielder's choice. Gamster, the shortstop from Texas Christian. First pitch from Story. In there for a strike, 0-1. Will wind the 0-1. That'll miss outside. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Story has his sign, the 1-1. Popped it up. Going back is Labracino, and he will come in a couple steps and make the catch on the edge of the infield turf for the first out here in the 4th inning. Bring up Nunnally. Nunnally reached on a fielder's choice and stole second. He was stranded at second. 0 for 1 on the night. Left-handed hitting designated hitter. First pitch to Nunnally. Swung on and missed. 0-1. Actually fouled it off, and I think he got him off the foot as he's limping around. I didn't even see that roll back out to the pitcher. And as bad as that hurts right now, it's really going to start cramping up and stinging on the bus ride back to Charlottesville. No balls and a strike. Will run out Top of the fourth of a 1-0 Winchester lead. Story has his sign, the 0-1. That'll miss outside. Count evens at a ball and a strike. The 1-1. Line toward left coming on is Padilla. Now he'll make a couple steps toward the line and make the catch. Off the bat, it looked like it had a chance, but it hung up for Jamie in left field for out number 2. That'll bring up Patrick Nias. He lined his second his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Story trying to turn in his second 1-2-3 inning of the night. First pitch will miss upstairs 1-0. Well, technically, I guess he went 1-2-3 in the third as he got the double play to end the inning. The 1-0. That'll catch the corner. Count evens up 1-1. Both teams with 2 hits, neither team with an error. The Royals have the only run of the game. Play with 2 outs here in the top half of the fourth. Story has his sign, the 1-1. That's upstairs, 2-1. Two balls, a strike. 2 outs. Story shakes off a couple pitches. Now he has one he likes, the 2-1. Fouled into the screen, 2-2 the count. Story trying to close out the Tom Sox here in the fourth. 2-2. Shakes off another sign. He has one now. Big deep breath, the wind, the 2-2. Fastball just misses inside. Count runs full, 3-2. Didn't miss by much. So the count runs full, 3-2. The wind, the payoff pitch. Grounded right back up the middle. That's going to get to center field for a base hit. It'll be the 3rd hit of the game for Charlottesville, and Nias will be at first with 2 outs. I'll bring up Soroy. Soroy lined to second his first time up. He's 0 for 1. His was more of a looping line. Soroy, the 5-hole hitter for Charlottesville. That'll miss upstairs, 1-0. Nias at first. Looks like he's 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts for Charlottesville on the season. The 1-0. That'll miss inside. It's going to get away from the catcher, but not far enough for Nias to take off. So 2-0 the count. See if Charlottesville tries to get a runner into scoring position with 2 outs where a base hit might tie the game. Story takes a look at first. The 2-0 to Soroy. Slider in there for a strike, 2-1. Nias taking a couple steps off the bag at first. The 2-1 from Story. Slider in there, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Story trying to work around a 2-out base hit. Charlottesville trying to get even here in the top of the 4th. Story has his sign. Checks the runner, the 2-2. Line towards second base, and again A.J., this time with the diving stop, to once again rob Soroy of a base hit. Third line drive to A.J. tonight. That'll retire the Sox here in the 4th. No runs ahead, no errors, a runner left. Your score after 3.5. Winchester 1, Charlottesville 0. You're listening to the Winchester Royals of Valley Baseball League action. As we expected, the Tom Sox have gone to the bullpen. They'll bring on a new pitcher, right-hander Saxon Roberts. Plays his baseball at Auburn. Looks like he is making his first appearance of the season for Charlottesville. No stats on him for the young season so far. And he will be the new Charlottesville pitcher here. He had to change his shoes as he was wearing spikes. And of course, with the turf field here, spikes are not allowed, so a little delayed getting his warm-up tosses going. In the meantime, let's take a look and see the final numbers will be for Timothy Lawson. Lawson is on the hook for the loss if the Tom Sox can't at least tie it. He goes 3 innings, allows 1 run. He only gave up 2 hits. Walked 1, struck out 5, did not hit anybody. And again, is the pitcher of record as of right now. He'll face Parker Fry to lead off. Fry walked his first time up. First pitch off the plate for ball, 1-0. Parker Fry trying to get the Royals going here in the 4th. They lead at 1-0, the 1-0. In there for a strike, 1-1. The 1-1. High hopper right back to the mound. He's going to be. Oh, they called him out. It looked like there was confusion as to who was going to do what. Roberts fielded the ball, and DeCastro did just get back to the bag to tag it, but it didn't look like he was sure if Roberts was going to get there, and he was taking a look at whether he needed to go get the ball. But Fry will be out 1-3 on the high hopper for out number 1 here in the fourth, and that'll bring up Rubendell, who struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0, that'll miss way outside, 2-0. The wind, the 2-0, and that's nowhere near it. If he'd been left-handed, it'd hit him in the kneecap. 3 balls and no strikes to the Royals' designated hitter. Royals scratched across a run in the first, and so far they've made it hold up. The 3-0, he was swinging 3-0, and he took a healthy hack, but fouled it into the screen, 3-1. The 3-1 fouled out of play, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom half the fourth, the Royals lead it 1-0. The 3-2 upstairs, and I'll go all the way to the backstop. So Rubendell will draw the walk, and he will be content with the walk. He'll stop at first as Tone tracks it down. Ty Fredo 0 for 1. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. He's 1 for 3. Rubendell, not a big stolen base threat down at first, has not attempted any for the Royals. First pitch to Fredo. Looking to get his offense on track. Slider in there for a strike. 0-1. Roberts will come set, the 0-1. That'll miss outside. Count evens up 1-1. Roberts, good live fastball. The set, check of the runner, the 1-1. Line foul, out of play. Ball and 2 strikes. Got a couple kids just behind the Charlottesville dugout playing catch, and if they're not paying any more attention, that ball been a little bit lower. That'd have clocked one of those kids down there. The 1-2, grounded toward third. Up with it is Nias. He'll flip to second for 1. On to first. Not going to be in time as Fredo able to beat it out at first, but it'll be a fielder's choice for the second out, and Rubendell will be erased at second, 5-4, and Fredo will be the runner at first. For the catcher, Sean Pokerock. Pokerock 0 for 1. He flew to center his first time up. Fredo looks like he has yet to attempt a stolen base for the Royals. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He will not attempt one there. 2-0 the count as that misses inside. 2 outs, runner at first. Pokerock looking for his first hit as a Royal. Check of the runner, the 2-0. That'll miss inside, 3-0. You got to believe Fredo will probably shorten up a step here, 3-0 with 2 outs. That fastball right down the middle, 3-1 the count. Let's see what Pokerock can do. 3-1, and Maybe run one up the alley and turn Ty loose at first. The 3-1. That's lined down the right field line. That's going to get down the line, cut off nicely by Manley, but it'll be a stand-up double for the Royals catcher, Sean Pokerock, and the Royals will have runners on second and third with 2 outs. Third hit of the game for the Royals, first extra base hit. That'll bring up Labrusciano. He struck out looking his first time. Time for him to get himself a hit here, see if he can't drive in a couple runs for the Royals. Labrusciano does have 2 RBIs on the season. He can double that number with a base hit here. Two outs, runners at second and third. Royals trying to add to a 1-0 lead. First pitch, upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Bodie Pullen waits on deck if Labrusciano can keep the inning going. Roberts 1-0. That's going to miss downstairs 2-0. That's nearly got past Tone for another wild pitch and another Royals run. That's how the Royals got their first run of the game, a wild pitch. Labrusciano, the 2-0, swung on and missed. He had a healthy hack at a fastball that came up empty. Roberts has his sign, the 2-1. Upstairs, 3-1. He's a pitch away from loading him up here. He has walked one in the inning. The 3-1. And I'm not sure where it missed, but it's downstairs, I guess, for a ball. The catcher looks toward the Charlottesville dugout like, I can't believe that wasn't a strike. But the Royals will have him loaded now with 2 outs for Bodie Pullen. Pullen struck out his first time up. He was ahead in the count 3-0. And Lawson came all the way back to strike him out. Chance for the Royals to put a crooked number on the board. And this one's high for a ball, 1-0. Roberts got the first guy out on a comebacker, walked Rubendahl. Got a fielder's choice, a double, and a walk to load him. The 1-0 to Poland. Fouled out into the screen, 1-1. Royals trying to add to a 1-0 lead. They have him loaded here with 2 outs in the fourth. The wind, the 1-1. That'll miss outside, 2-1. The 2-1. It's in there for a strike, runs the count 2-2. The 2-2 outside for a ball, 3-2. That'll let the base runners, Frito from third, Pokerock from second, and AJ from first get a head start. Poland can run one up the alley. The Royals looking to get a 3-run hit here. The 3-2 line toward right field, but it's going to be right at Manley to end the inning. So Poland comes up short on the bases loaded, 2 outs. The Royals will load them up. No runs a hit, no errors. They leave 3. Your score after 4 complete. Winchester 1, Charlottesville nothing. You listen to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Welcome back to Bridgeforth Field. Mark Sawyer on the call for tonight's game between the Royals and the Tom Sox. Like Charlottesville in the bottom half of the inning, the Royals will go to the bullpen here in the top half of the fifth. Left-hander Vincent Salvo from Towson University will be the new Royals pitcher. He'll take over for Dylan Story. Story went 4 innings, cannot win it, cannot lose it. Get Salvo in here, and we'll give you his numbers on the season. Salvo is making his third appearance rather. He does have one start. He's worked 7 2/3 innings, allowed 9 hits, 3 runs. They're all earned. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, no record, a 3.52 earned run average. For the new Royals pitcher, left-hander Vincent Salvo, he'll face 6, 7, 8 for Charlottesville here in the fifth. Manley will lead it off. He flew to center field his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Story goes 4 innings. Did not allow a run. 3 hits. That pitch chopped towards second. AJ up with it. He'll flip to first in time. A high hopper, but nice play by the Royal second baseman for out number 1 here in the fifth. That'll bring up Gian DeCastro. He's 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. No walks for Story, which is a nice sight for Royals and the pitching coaches. He did not hit anybody. Again, he cannot win it. First pitch to DeCastro, misses downstairs for a ball. 1-0. The 1-0. That's in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Salvo's 1-1. That'll miss outside. 2-1. A run, 3 hits, no errors for the Royals. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for Charlottesville. We play here in the top half of the fifth. The 2-1. Slider misses down and away. 3-1. Front Royals creeped a little bit closer. They're 3-2 in the top of the fourth. The second game of that doubleheader, and that pitch will miss inside. DeCastro will draw the 1-out walk. Top of the second, Newmarket leads Strasburg 2-1. And of course, the other game, Woodstock at Purcellville, has been rained out. Front Royal won game 1 of the doubleheader with Stanton 9-3. Jackson Tone 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Royals looking for another ground ball here. There it is, ground ball to second. AJ will tag the runner, throw on to first. It'll be a 4-3 double play. 2 in the inning. Second double play the Royals turned here tonight. 2 in the inning. So DeCastro runs into the tag. And then Tone thrown out 4-3, 2 in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Sox will leave nobody on. Your score after 4.5, we're halfway home. It's Winchester 1, Charlottesville nothing. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Royals lead at 1-0. Charlottesville will again go to the bullpen. Now on to pitch. Right-hander from Pensacola State College, Bradley Link, the new Charlottesville pitcher. Looks like Link might be 0-2 on the season. Link is making his fifth appearance. He has 2 starts. He's worked 9 in the third innings, allowed 9 hits, 10 runs. They're all earned. 11 walks, 13 strikeouts. He is 0-2 with a 964 earned run average. He'll face 1, 2, 3 for the Royals here in the fifth. Guy Albert and Padilla. Guy 1 for 2, singled and scored in the first. He scored the only run of the game. Roberts goes an inning. He allowed 1 hit, no runs. He walked 2, did not strike anybody out, and this will not figure in the decision here this evening. First pitch off the plate for ball 1-0. Guy fouls this one off. Count evens 1-1. The 1-1 to Guy. That'll miss inside and skip past the catcher all the way to the backstop. So Link, the third pitcher of the game for Charlottesville. Again, neither one of these teams have played in 3 days, so maybe you want to get some guys some work, but keeping in mind that there's a long stretch before anybody gets a day off again. Royals don't have another day off until a week and a half from today when they are off next Wednesday, the 25th. 2-2 the count to Guy. Slider fouled off at the plate. The count stays 2-2. The 2-2. Check swing. He went too far and he's down on strikes. Tried to hold up, could not. Second time he has struck out tonight, and that'll bring up Easton Albert. Albert 1 for 2. He struck out in the first, singled in the third. It was raised on a fielder's choice. Trying to get the Royals going with 1 out here in the fifth. First pitch to Albert. Slider in there for a strike, 0-1. Well pitched, well played game to this point between the two teams. The 0-1 swung on and missed. He threw a fastball by him. Good hack, but Easton comes up empty, 0-2. Probably going to see that slider down and away here, the 0-2. Nope, he went fastball in, and Albert able to fight it off and foul it down the line. The count holds 0-2. Link winds the 0-2. Slider grounded sharply to short. Backhanded by Gamester. He'll fire on to first. Good strong throw to retire Albert. Nice play by their shortstop for out number 2 here in the fifth. And that'll bring up Jamie Padilla. Padilla 0 for 2. Grounded to first and reached on a fielder's choice, but of course that was the third out of the inning, so he didn't stay there very long. Both teams with just 3 hits. Royals have the only run of the game. Padilla trying to get something going here with 2. Slider will catch the corner. 0-1. Here's some Charlottesville fans that made the trip up down below us. The 0-1 to Padilla. That'll miss outside. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Percival's going to find themselves playing a whole bunch of doubleheaders before too long. The 1-1. That'll miss downstairs. 2-1 is. I know they got a game in over the weekend. They played Front Royal on Friday. Got their game in there, but they haven't played since Friday, so this is the third day in a row they've been rained out. Woodstock got a rain-shortened game in on Saturday. Third game in 4 nights they've been rained out. So everybody's dealing with the rain. 3-1 the count on Padilla. The wind, the 3-1. That'll miss downstairs, and the Royals' 3-hole hitter will draw a 2-out walk. See what they decide to do here with Parker Fry at the plate. Royals haven't seen Woodstock yet this year. They were supposed to play him on Friday. It was rained out. The River Bandits come to town Wednesday and Thursday this week. So a chance to see Mike Bocock and his crew. Fry 0 for 1. He's walked and grounded back to the pitcher. First pitch. Line toward left center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Padilla's going to round second, but stay right there. And the Royals have a little something going with 2 outs here in the 5th. Base hit off the bat of Parker Fry, his first hit of the game. 4th hit for the Royals. I bring up Nick Rubendahl. Rubendahl 0 for 1. He's struck out and walked. He was erased on a fielder's choice back in the 4th. Chance for him to pick up an RBI and get the Royals on the board here again. Rubendahl 7 RBIs on the season. He'll take a pitch upstairs for a ball. 1-0. Padilla good speed at second. 2 outs. He'll be off and moving. A chance for him to score on a base hit. The 1-0. Popped it up down the line, going toward the bullpen is not Manley, and he'll not be able to get to it, but it will land foul. Count evens up 1-1. DeCastro turned and gave it a look, but there was no way he was going to get to it as it landed right in front of the Charlottesville bullpen. Manley gave it a look, but couldn't quite catch up to it. And now the ball goes all the way to the backstop, and Link wants somebody to give him a baseball. A ball and 1 strike, 2 outs. Royals threatening here in the 5th, trying to get another run on the board. Check the runners, the 1-1. Fastball in there for a strike, 1-2. So Rubendahl down in the count as he tries to add to a 1-0 Winchester lead. Link will come set. He'll check the runners. The 1-2. That'll miss outside. Count evens up 2-2. The Sox wanted that. They thought it was in there, but it was outside to even the count 2-2. See where Link goes here, 2-2. Wind. Slider swung on and missed, and Rubendahl will strike out to end the inning. So the Royals get a couple 2-out base runners, but can't move them around. No runs a hit, no errors. The Royals leave 2. They've left 5 on in the last 2 innings. Your score after 5 completes: Winchester 1, Charlottesville 0. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Welcome back to Bridgeforth Field, Winchester, Virginia. We go to the sixth. Royals lead at 1-0. 9-1-2 to hit for Charlottesville here in the sixth. Wolf, Langley, and Gamester. Vincent Salvo back to the mound for the Royals. His second inning of work. That missed inside, 1-0. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. Good slider there, 1-1. A run, 4 hits for the Royals. No runs, 3 hits for the Tom Sox. Neither team has committed an error as we play here in the top of the sixth. The 1-1. That'll miss inside, and it hit something. The Sox wanted to hit the hitter. He's not making any move to go anywhere. I guess it hit the shin protector of Pocaro. It hit something and bounced down the first base line. 2-1 the count. The 2-1. That'll be high and tight. 3-1. Salvo walked one with 1 out last inning, but got a double play to get out of the inning. The only free pass the Royals have given up so far tonight, the 3-1. That's upstairs. He'll walk the leadoff hitter here in the sixth. Second walk issued by Salvo, this time with nobody out. Take us to top of the order. Kyle Langley. Langley 0 for 2. Struck out, and he's grounded into a double play. Tom Sox down a run. I think we looked before. I don't think Wolf has any stolen base attempts. Wolf just picked up his second hit of the season earlier this game. He has not attempted any stolen bases. See what Charlottesville does here. If they're asking Langley to bunt, or if they're going to send the runner, or how they're going to try to get the guy into scoring position. Salvo will take a look at the runner. He is bunting, and he'll pop it up down the third base line. It'll be a good one. Fredo will field and throw on to first, and it's not going to be in time. So Langley will get an infield single on the bunt. Now the Tom Sox have the tying run at second, and the lead run on base for Preston Gamester. Gamester singled the first. He's also popped the second. And we'll see if they got Gamester hitting to get to the middle of the order, where a base hit could give him the lead. He is not bunting. He'll take a pitch in the dirt. Nicely knocked down by Pocaro, I knew I was going to call him Pocaro. Biff Pocaro for you Braves fans. Pokarak. 1-0 the count. The 1-0. He is bunting now, and he'll push it toward first. Fry will field it, throw on to first to AJ covering. So the sacrifice successful, 3-4. And now a base hit will give the Tom Sox the lead here in the sixth as Langley moves to second and Wolf moves to third. That'll bring up Nunnally. Nunnally has reached on a fielder's choice. He's stolen a base. He's also lined to left. Royals going to play the corners on the edge of the grass. Albert is halfway at short. And now AJ is going to come in a little bit. He was deep at second, but now he'll play halfway. First pitch off the plate for ball, 1-0. That fastball in there for a strike, 1-1. Salvo could really help himself out with a strikeout here. Lefty on lefty matchup, the 1-1. Tapped right back to the pitcher. They're coming to the plate with it. They got 2 guys at third. Royals are gonna, now they haven't got the runner, and they're finally gonna tag the runner out at the plate. So the Tom Sox are gonna be in exactly the same spot with runners on second and third, but now with 2 outs. The Royals could have worked that a little bit better. They had two guys at third, should just run them all the way back and tagged them both. But not only will reach on a fielder's choice and get all the way to second on the rundown. Wolf is out at the plate, and I'm not even going to try to tell you how they score that. It was 1, 2, 5, plus a whole bunch of other numbers in there somewhere. Langley gets to third, and Nunnally will be at second now with 2 outs for Nias, and he'll line it right toward the pitcher. He'll field it on a hop and throw it to first. So Salvo gets out of a second and third 1-out situation, and no damage done. So Nias will ground out to the pitcher to end the inning. For the Sox, no runs a hit. There were no errors, and they leave 2 on base. Royals dodge a bullet here in the 6th. Your score after 5.5 remains. Winchester 1, Charlottesville nothing. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Royals get out of a jam in the top of the 6th. Ty Frida will lead it off here in the bottom. Slider in there for a strike, 0-1. Sox had runners on second and third with 1 out, and they're 3-4 hitters up. They both get comebackers to end the inning. The 0-1 to Frito. This is downstairs 1-1. Bradley Link back to the mound for Charlottesville, trying to keep the Sox down just a run here. The 1-1. Slider in there for a strike, 1-2. Frito 0 for 2. He's grounded the pitcher and reached on a fielder's choice. Both teams with 4 hits here as we play in the bottom half of the 6th. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. He chased a slider down and away, and Frito down on strikes. For out number 1, that'll bring up Sean Pokerock. Pokerock 1 for 2. He doubled in the 4th. His first hit as a Royal. He's also flown to center in his 2 at-bats. First pitch off the plate for a ball. Both teams have had some opportunities here tonight. That pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. Royals had him loaded in the 4th and had first and second in the 5th. Couldn't get anybody in. And of course, that chance for the Sox here in the top of the 6th. The 1-1. Slider in there for a strike, 1-2. Link has his sign, the 1-2. Grounded right at the Charlottesville dugout. Count holds 1-2. A 1-2 slider down and away. Count evens up 2-2. Charlottesville wants him to check with the umpire, and he says no, he did not go. Lang Swine, the 2-2. Grounded sharply to short. Gamester up with it. He will flip to first in time for out number 2 here in the 6th. Pokerock hit it hard, but right to the Charlottesville shortstop. Then I bring up Labrusciano. He is 0 for 1. He's walked and struck out. Struck out in the second, walked in the fourth. Trying to get something going for the Royals here with 2 outs in the 6th. First pitch. Swung on and missed. Nasty slider. Swung and missed. The 0-1. Grounded towards short. Gamester will come on. He'll field. Throw to first. In time. And Brusciano looks like he might have hurt himself coming out of the box as he hobbles down the line. We'll check and see if he's okay. The Royals go 1, 2, 3 and out here in the 6th. Nothing doing. We go to the 7th. It's Winchester 1, Charlottesville nothing. We'll check on AJ. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Welcome back to Bridgeforth Field, Winchester, Virginia. Home of the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Labrusciano still hobbling around, but he stays in the game. He's at second. We go to the 7th. Royals lead at 1-0. Vincent Salvo back to the mound for the Royals on for his 3rd inning of work. He'll face 5, 6, 7. So Roy, Manley, and DeCastro. First pitch off the plate for ball 1-0. Got out of a 2nd and 3rd 1-out situation in the top of the 6th with no damage. The 1-0, and that'll miss outside. 2-0. Both these teams back in action tomorrow night. Royals are at Stanton. Charlottesville at Strasburg. The 2-0. That's in there for a strike. 2-1, and Jackson didn't think much of that call. Grounded sharply towards second on one hop. And AJ will throw it away. Did he get it in time? He did. Nice play by Parker Fry to go up the ladder, make the catch, and to come down on the bag. AJ almost threw it over his head, but Fry not only saves him the air, but gets him the out I think AJ had a whole lot more time than he thought he did, and he kind of launched it a little bit. And we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Charlottesville. Tanner Schwaddle from Old Dominion will be the hitter. Right-handed hitting pinch hitter. First pitch off the plate for ball 1-0. Schwaddle hitting .250 on the season for the Sox. His eighth game, 7 for 28, no home runs, 5 RBIs, and that'll miss outside 2-0. Schwaddle hitting for Manley. Manley was a late game replacement as the guy originally scheduled to play right field. Came up lame in batting practice, and they had to make a change. So that pitch in there for a strike. 2-1 the count on Schwaddle. We will assume he'll stay in the game to play right, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Grounded down the third base side, but foul. 2-2 the count now on the Charlottesville pinch hitter. The 2-2 swung on and missed, and down on strikes was Tanner Schwaddle for out number 2 here in the 7th, and it looks like we're going to have another pinch hitter. So Gian DeCastro will be replaced with the pinch hitter here. Walker Buchanan from the University of Virginia. Buchanan playing in his 5th game, a .333 hitter, 2 for 6. No home runs, no RBIs. DeCastro will finish 0 for 1 at the walk. Right-handed hitting Buchanan ahead in the count quickly, 2-0. Buchanan, a big right-handed hitter here, trying to get the Sox going with 2 outs in the 6th, or the 7th rather, and he's ahead in the count 3-0. Looks like we have another pinch hitter waiting on deck. We'll see if we'll get to him here shortly. Is that fastball in there for a strike? 3-1. So the Tom Sox going with a flurry of pinch hitters here in the 7th. The 3-1. Downstairs, ball 4. So Buchanan will draw the walk, and we will indeed see another pinch hitter. Jackson Tone will be replaced. Brock Clayton plays for the University of Florida, a friend of mine coaching down there, Mr. Kevin O'Sullivan. Clayton. Let's see what Mr. Clayton has done so far. He'll take a pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Clayton, the left-handed hitting catcher. Looks like he might just be getting into town for Charlottesville. He does not have an at-bat yet. Swung on and missed. 1-1, so we'll assume that Clayton making his first appearance for Charlottesville. A 1-1. That's downstairs for a ball, 2-1. 3 pinch hitters in a row for Charlottesville as they try to get something going here with 2 outs in the 7th, down a run. Salvo's 2-1. That'll miss downstairs, 3-1, and he's a pitch away from putting the tying run in scoring position for J.D. Wolf, who the Royals have had troubles getting out tonight. Wolf came into the night with 1 hit on the season. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. The 3-1. Grinded right back up the middle off his glove. Albert will come on field, barehanded throw on to first. In time, Easton Albert with the barehanded play to throw out the runner and end the inning. Salvo went up the ladder, slowed it down with the glove. Albert had to come on and field it barehanded and fire on to first. The Tom Sox get a runner on here with 2 outs in the 7th. Can't move him around. For Charlottesville, no runs, no hits. There were no errors, a runner left. Your score after 6.5. Winchester 1, Charlottesville nothing. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Welcome back to Bridgeforth Field, Winchester, Virginia. We go to the bottom of the seventh. Mark Sawyer on the call for tonight's game between the Charlottesville Tom Sox and the Winchester Royals. Defensive changes for Charlottesville. Staying in the game to play right field, Walker Buchanan. Tanner Schwaddle will stay in and play first, and Brock Clayton will stay in to do the catching. Back to the mound for Charlottesville, Bradley Link. He is on for his third inning of work. He'll face 9-1-2. Got to do a little bit of a jam in the fifth. He set the Royals down in order in the sixth. Bodie Pullen will lead it off. Pullen 0 for 2, a strikeout, and he's also flown to right. First pitch to Pullen, in there for a strike, 0-1. The Royals would really like to get an insurance run or two here as we head into the back third of the game. Pullen with good speed would like to get on base and see if the Royals can't move him around. He'll swing and miss at a slider off the plate. 0-2 the count on the Royals center fielder, Bodie Pullen. The 0-2 swung on and missed. He foul tipped it at the plate apparently, so he'll stay alive. 0-2. Link shakes off a couple pitches. Now he has one he likes. The wind. The 0-2 to Pullen. Lifted toward right field. Coming on is Buchanan, and he will make the catch just shy of the line in right field. So for the second time in a row, Pullen will fly out to right. And that'll take us back to the top of the order. Connor Guy, who scored the only run of the game. He singled, got to second on a stolen base, moved up on a ground out, and scored on a wild pitch. And that's been the only scoring tonight. Guy 1 for 3. He's also struck out twice. Check swing, didn't mean to, but he'll foul it off toward the Royals dugout. 0-1 the count on the Royals right fielder, Connor Guy. The 0-1 fouled out of play, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom half of the seventh inning. Royals hanging on to a 1-0 lead. They scored in the first, and that's been it. The 0-2 fouled to the screen, 0-2. The 0-2 fouled out of play. We'll do it again, 0-2. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Royals. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Tom Sox. It's been a well-pitched, well-played game through 6 plus rather. The 0-2 grounded toward first. Schwedel up with it. He will run over and tag the bag. He'll make Guy bust it down the line, but he'll be out 3 unassisted for the second out here in the inning. That'll bring up Easton Albert, who made the defensive play to end the top of the inning. Easton 1 for 3 is struck out, grounded out. He was also singled, was erased on a fielder's choice. First pitch to Albert. Slider in there for a strike, 0-1. Link has his sign, the 0-1. Down and away, count evens up 1-1. Link's 1-1. Swung on and missed. He threw a fastball by him. Good hack. Had a live fastball. 1-2 the count on the Royals shortstop. The wind, the 1-2. Fouled out of play. We'll do it again, 1-2. Royals at home 4 more times this week, if you want to count Sunday as part of this week. The 1-2 to Albert. Swung on and missed, and he is down on strikes. A 1-2-3 inning for Bradley Link and the Charlottesville Tom Sox. Nothing doing for the Royals in the 7th. We go to the 8th. Your score, Winchester 1, Charlottesville nothing. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the 8th. Royals lead it by 1. Vincent Salvo back to the mound for the Royals. 9-1-2 to hit for Charlottesville here in the 8th. Wolf, Langley, and Gamester grounded sharply to second. AJ up with it. He'll set his feet. Fire on to first. 1 pitch, 1 out for the Sox here in the 8th. Each team with 4 hits. The Royals have the only run. And back to the top of the order for Charlottesville. Langley is 1 for 3. Struck out, hit into a double play, and singled. One of their 4 hits on the game. And AJ has been replaced, and we're going to assume that that might be because of the injury that he sustained earlier. Todd Abraham is now playing second base for the Royals. His pitch Line towards center field. Poland will come on and he'll make the catch. So quickly 2 outs here in the Charlottesville 8th. And that's just a guess. We don't know that that's the reason that Abraham is in the game, but AJ was hobbling around. And that'll bring a visit from the Royals dugout. We'll see if Salvo's night has come to an end or if they're just going to talk. And it looks like he indeed will be lifted here. So Vincent Salvo does his job. Keeps the Royals right where they're at with a 1-run lead. And we'll see a new pitcher here for Winchester with 2 outs in the 8th. Salvo goes 3 2/3. Gives up 1 hit. He walked 3, struck out 1. And if the Royals can hold on to this 1-run lead, would be the winning pitcher. On for the Royals, Ron Davis. Davis from Shorter University just finished up his sophomore season. Davis making his 4th appearance. He does have 1 start. He's worked 6 innings, allowed 8 hits, 8 runs. They're all earned. 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. An earned run average of 12.00. Looks like he is 1-1 on the season. He'll come on with 2 outs here in the 8th, trying to get the Royals to the 9th with a 1-run lead. He'll face Preston Gamester. Gamester singled in the 1st, popped out to 2nd in the 4th, and then dropped down a sacrifice bunt in the 6th, 1 for 2. Davis comes on, nobody on with 2 outs. So not trying to get anybody worried about the Royals starting second baseman, AJ, but looked like he was hobbled coming out of the box, and they did make a replacement here. We do not know if that's the reason that they did make the change, but maybe want to get some ice on whatever it was that was ailing him. Davis is ready to go. Gamester steps in, 2 outs, top of the 8th. First pitch swung on and missed. He threw a fastball by him. Good live fastball from Ron Davis to jump ahead in the count. Davis sets the 0-1. That'll miss outside. Count evens up 1-1. The Royals on the season have, as a team, 1 save. And that belongs to Cooper Chansey. But the Royals will worry about a save in the 9th. They just got to get through this inning first. The 1-1 from Davis. That'll miss way outside and go all the way to the backstop. 2-1. So after getting ahead in the count with a good fastball, he's missed outside of the couple to make the count 2-1 on Preston Gamester. The 2-1. Slider just misses inside. Looked good from here, but does not get the call. 3-1 the count now. And the last thing you want to do is walk the tying run, get to the middle of their order. Middle of their order's been quiet tonight, but rather see them in the 9th. The 3-1. Drilled towards center field, but it's going to be right at Poland. Poland will step back a couple steps and make the catch. So Gamester hit it right on the screws, but to the Royals center fielder. 2 in the inning. For the Tom Sox, 1, 2, 3 and out here in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Royals lead at 1-0. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Welcome back to Bridgeforth Field, Winchester, Virginia, home of the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. First pitch to Padilla, swung on and missed. Good hard breaking ball from Bradley Link. 0-1 the count. Padilla is 0 for 2. He's walked, got around to second base, was left there. He's also grounded out. He reached out a fielder's choice earlier. The 0-1 to Padilla. Popped it up towards center field. Should be easy for Langley. He'll settle under it and make the catch. For out number 1 here in the Royals 8th. The Royals would like to get a couple of insurance runs here, but their bullpen has been solid. Bullpen, 4 innings of work. They've allowed 1 hit, no runs. They did walk 3, but Salvo was able to work around all 3 of those. Left-handed hitting Parker Fry hits with 1 out. Slider in there for a strike, and I don't think Parker was thrilled with that call. Parker 1 for 2. He's walked, bounced to the pitcher, and singled. The 0-1. Grounded sharply down the first base line, fielded by Schwaddle, and he'll run over and tag the bag. So quickly 2 outs here in the Royals 8th. Nick Rubendahl will hit. Fastball in there for a strike. 0-1. Rubendahl on the night, he is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice, and he's also walked. Royals hitting here in the bottom of the 8th, trying to get a run or 2 to give that bullpen some cushion. Off the plate for a ball, 1-1. Royals' last hit and base runner came from Parker Fry back in the 5th. They have since gone 9 straight. That's downstairs for a ball, 2-1. And it looks like Link has retired all 9 of them. Link had a rocky 5th, gave up a couple base runners, struck out Rubendahl to end the inning, has not allowed a base runner since. Fastball in there for a strike, 2-2 the count. The line, the 2-2. Grounded sharply to second. Up with it is Soroy. He will throw on to first in time, and that'll do it for the Royals in the 8th. Again, they go 1, 2, 3 and out. We go to the 9th. Last chance for the Tom Sox. They need 1 to tie, 2 to send us to the bottom of the 9th. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the ninth. Ron Davis back to the mound to try to save it for the Royals. It won't be easy. He'll have faced 3, 4, 5 in the Charlottesville lineup. Nunnally, Nias, and Soroy rather. And those three guys combined have one hit tonight, so you know they're due. Nunnally has reached on a fielder's choice and stolen a base. He's lined out, and he's also reached on another fielder's choice. 0 for 3 on the game. Trying to be a base runner to get the Tom Sox going here in the ninth. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for the Royals. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Sox. We're in the top of the ninth. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Good live fastball from Ron Davis. He got a fly ball to end the inning in the 8th. Trying to get the 4-out save here tonight. The 0-1. Downstairs for a ball, 1-1. There is a right-hander up and throwing in the Royals bullpen just in case. No room for error here. You've only got the 1-run lead, the 1-1 to Nunnally. Fisted right back to the mound. Davis will field. He'll run a couple steps, underhand toss to first. He got in on Nunnally's hands. And there's one out here in the ninth. That'll bring up Patrick Nias. Nias is 1 for 3. He's lined to second, singled and grounded back to the pitcher in his 3 at-bats. 8 hits combined between the two teams. Nobody has more than 1 hit. Connor Guy has scored the only run. First pitch to Nias. Popped it up, but out of play. 0-1. I know back in the day when we threw a shutout, pitchers got batting practice. Pitchers still get batting practice for shutouts. Maybe I'll show up for BP tomorrow. Davis comes set. The 0-1. That'll miss outside. 1-1. Good live fastball from Davis, but off the plate. Evens the count, 1-1. The 1-1. That's downstairs, 2-1. Davis has his sign. He'll set. The 2-1. Swung on and missed. Good hard slider. Count evens up 2-2. Royals trying to even their record at 6-6. Charlottesville looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. The 2-2. Fouled into the screen. We'll do it again, 2-2. Most of the crowd that came tonight is still here on a Monday night. A lot of these people got to get up and go to work tomorrow. Davis sets. Big deep breath, the 2-2. Strike 3 called. Fastball in the outside corner. Nias didn't like it, but he is down on strikes. Second out here in the ninth. Good fastball there. Might have been outside, but 2 strikes in the ninth, down a run. Probably too close to take. That'll bring up the last chance for the Tom Sox. Jackson Sarah. He is 0 for 4. He's lined to second twice and grounded to second. I'm sorry, 0 for 3. First pitch swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. Good fastball there from Davis, trying to shut it down. Davis peers in for his sign, has one he likes. Deep breath, the 0-1. Strike two on the outside corner, and I don't think Roy liked that one either. 0-2. Charlottesville down to their last strike. Davis sets the 0-2. Tap foul at the plate will stay 0-2, and that got a piece of the Royals catcher, Sean Pokerock. Umpire will go out and personally deliver the baseball to Roy Davis and give Sean a minute to rethink this and make sure he's okay. And he'll crawl back behind the plate. Count remains 0-2. 2 outs, top of the ninth. Royals lead it by 1. Davis sets the 0-2. High and tight, the count 1-2. So Roy ducks out of the way. Now both dugouts chirping at each other. These two teams will meet up again in Charlottesville next month. The only 2 times they get together during the regular season. The set, the 1-2. Swung on and missed. He threw the fastball by him, and that'll do it. The Royals close out a 1-0 victory. Ron Davis retires the last 4 hitters to close it out. For the Royals, 1 run on 4 hits. They commit no errors. For the Tom Sox, no runs on 4 hits. They commit no errors. The winning pitcher, Vincent Salvo, he improves to 1-0. Give Ron Davis his first save of the year. And the Royals win it. They improved to 6-6. Their second game in a row. First time they've had a 2-game winning streak this year. The Sox will drop to 3-8. They have lost 3 in a row. 4 different hitters picked up a hit for Charlottesville. 4 different hitters picked up a hit for the Royals. Connor Guy, first pitch of the game, singled, stole second, moved to third on a groundout, scored on a wild pitch. The only run of the game as the Royals win it by the final score of 1-0. Charlottesville, they're on the road tomorrow. They travel up to Strasburg to take on the Express. The Royals on the road to take on the Stanton Braves. We're right back here Wednesday and Thursday and Friday for the Royals. Wednesday and Thursday take on Woodstock. Friday night they take on Purcellville. Again, your final score from Bridgeport tonight. The Winchester Royals win it 1-0 over the Charlottesville Tom Sox. Mark Sawyer saying good night from the ballpark. Remember, before you go to bed tonight, call your parents, tell them you love them, and we will talk to you on Wednesday night. Good night, everybody.